welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today I want to make Phase 1 Captain Rex. Now, as you can see, he's kind of already there, but this is my Phase 2 body, and it kind of kills me that I've lost my favourite clone trooper, because that head of Rex is absolutely amazing, with his helmet as well. So I feel like I'm missing out that I haven't got my favourite clone on the shelf, and I've always pictured this guy with this one. Now, I created this head on the Dinell review or tutorial, so I'll put the link up here as well so where you can see it. Since then this has snapped off, and I've kind of just sort of glued it on the side, and I kind of like it like that. Even though it can't move, it's got that nice sort of like symmetrical feel going up the side. Now, so I've got a bootleg clone trooper body here to replicate this and to bring him in. So we've actually got two, because obviously we got Commander Cody Phase 1 now, and Phase 2, so I kind of want transcendence of these two as well. I have, if you follow the channel for a long time, I have had a second Captain Rex. Now, I used to make loads of moulds and stuff from this, and I will show them off one day how I create those moulds, which are out of Milliput, which is here. Unfortunately, the mould's got a bit old and it's actually become quite straight, so when I'm putting it on the actual figure itself, it's just really creating a kind of a more of a sort of a shield rather than an actual sort of pauldron over the shoulders. So I'm actually going to reuse this one for Captain Rex. We're going to paint this up. We're going to go a little bit lighter. It's going to fall in line with the other 501st Phase 1 guys that I've got. Do the lines down the side and these little knee bits on here, and put some holsters. So for a change, it's not actually going to be that bad. So we put that on at the end, and we're going to have a Phase 1 Captain Rex to add to the shelf. So let's get to it. Don't forget, if you do like this content and you want to help the channel, then please just drop a like. You can subscribe and you can comment and ding that bell. Thank you so much. AT-7567. Captain Rex was an elite clone officer who served in the 501st Battalion under the command of Jedi General Anakin Skywalker and Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano. So here he is, Captain Rex Phase 1, already battled, weathered, and to go back on the shelf with all his brothering. I'm really glad actually that I've finished this Phase 1 now, because it just gives me another clone on the shelf, that's for sure. But I kind of missed my Phase 2 Captain Rex. You know, it was just his head and his helmet was just sitting on the side, and I always just kind of used him as a kind of a Phase 1, because this is actually my favourite phase of Captain Rex. And just taking a closer look at him, really, just it's just very simple in design. You know, it's just a blue lines on his side, on his knees, and that's it. But oh my god, like, I really love Captain Rex. He's literally my favourite clone trooper. So obviously the helmet I had designed before. I did it on the Donnell creating video. The hardest part was obviously the eyes on the top of the head, but all I used was one of the scalpel knives just to sort of like bring it into line. So always put more than you need, and then you can slowly bring it in to get it symmetrical on the side. And then obviously just the nice kind of line we got on the head. My rangefinder, in the time that I did do that head, it fell off and snapped. So you can actually see where it originally used to be in there, and it used to move up and down. But I kind of sort of just dremeled it slightly and glued it on the side of his head, and now it's flush. And actually I prefer this kind of look. I might even do this for all the rest of the other rangefinders that I have on the shelf. I know it doesn't move, but I very rarely move them down anyway, because I just think it looks a little bit odd. So yeah, it just looks pretty cool. The general design of actually clone Captain Rex is just it is very sort of plain. So doing that black wash over him just to sort of bring in that kind of detail on there, but not too much. Don't want to take away from that nice shiny white that I know he's got. So we went over the top with the pauldron as well, with the different colour blues, just to bring it more uniform and in line with the rest of his blue as well. And we added these extra little markings around on his pauldron. I know it's not the right pauldron, I understand that. I just don't really like the Phase 1 pauldrons. I just think they look very, very odd, and I kind of like this sort of military kind of look for my clones, and it's more uniform across the whole entire lot as well. And yeah, I mean, his Kamara's come up well. My finger did get stuck to the back there, but yeah, the blue took to it quite nicely as well. And yeah, pretty cool to have him on the shelf. So now I generally have Phase 1, and I can bring in my Phase 2 Rex as well. So the colours that I did use for him was just a basic acrylic artist kind of acrylic paint. It's a very nice blue. It sort of sits well on the figure, but if you use anything like this, it's just going to go really dried out, and it'll be easily scraped off unless you do a coat over the top of it. But so what I do, I normally put that down as a basis, and then I have this Tamira clear blue. It's just a very kind of nice shiny glossy blue, but it is see-through once you put it onto stuff, so it highlights this blue underneath, and it really gives off that kind of sort of like kind of what the Clone Wars used to be. It had a kind of a very artistic kind of look to the colouring, so you get these kind of sort of diverse sort of colours going through the actual paintwork on there. And the only other colour that I did use for this figure was the Imperial Grey that I always called it, which is the Dark Sea Grey XF54, and that was just the finished parts in his pauldron on there. So that brings this video to an end. You can subscribe and ding that bell so you don't miss the next episode, and also you can comment down below and follow me on Instagram, which is in the description. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.